Norway is one of the most beautiful countries on earth. From epic fjords and stunning hikes to Arctic wonders that will blow your mind. My name is Simon, and last summer I spent 3 weeks exploring this amazing country. In this video I'm taking you through 10 unforgettable places in Norway you won't want to miss. So let's dive right in and let's explore Norway together. The first place we're going to explore is the jaw-dropping village of Stryn, located in western Norway. This place is a true nature paradise, with towering mountains, lush green valleys, and that iconic bright blue water. Just driving into the area felt like stepping into a postcard. When we visited Stryn, we went on an incredible hike, starting from the parking lot of Oppheimsvegen, making our way towards Loen skylift. It took us around 5 hours to complete the hike, and the views along the way completely blow us away. Even though the weather wasn't perfect at the top, it was still an unforgettable experience. One I can definitely recommend to any hiking enthusiast. The trail wasn't crowded either, and there were plenty of times where we were completely alone in nature. If you're dreaming of seeing the classic Norwegian fjords, the village of Stryn and the surrounding hikes are an absolute top choice. Just a short ride from Stryn, you'll find one of the most beautiful lakes in all of Norway, the Lake of Lovatnet. Like so many places in Norway, this spot feels almost unreal. The lake looks completely photoshopped, and spending a day or two here is absolutely worth your time. We spent a full day just taking it slow, having lunch by the shore, flying the drone, and soaking in the silence. The whole area feels incredibly peaceful, surrounded by towering mountains and stunning waterfalls. We slept at Senja camping, which certainly is one of the most beautiful campgrounds I've ever seen. You can rent kayaks or paddleboards and explore the lake from the water, or just cruise along the shoreline in your car, or rent a bicycle and stop by the many viewpoints. However you choose to experience it, Lovatnet is one of those places that stays with you long after you left. If you're up for a more serious adventure, let me introduce you to Slogen Mountain. By far the most epic hike I've ever done in Norway, and maybe even in Europe. This mountain sits in the Sunnmøre Alps, and while it's a very demanding climb, the reward at the top is just next level. We started the hike at Slogen Tour Parking, and by the time we got back to our camper, we had been hiking for around 9 hours. We were completely wasted, and at the same time, totally high on excitement. I'll be honest, it's a really tough one. It's steep, rocky, and very demanding. But once you reach the top, you're standing 1,500 meters above the fjords with absolutely incredible 360-degree views. Mountains, glaciers, deep blue water, it's all there.
So, we are almost there. The top is up there. And what a view. Wow. It's just insane. Such a beautiful view. So incredible.
For us, the adventure stopped just before the summit. The final climb felt too sketchy, and we didn't feel safe going all the way up. And that's something to keep in mind. If you're afraid of heights, this hike is definitely not for you. Still, even without reaching the very top, the experience was unforgettable. Slogen is without a doubt the most incredible hike I've ever done in Norway. For now, we are leaving the outstanding nature and heading into the capital of Norway, Oslo. While it doesn't have the dramatic landscapes you'll find in other parts of the country, Oslo offers something different and definitely deserves a spot on this list. Oslo is home to around 700,000 people, and the city is full of life and great energy. It offers a beautiful mix of classic architecture, modern design, and vibrant atmosphere. We spent 2 days here, strolling around, having a few beers at night, and generally had a great time exploring the city. Oslo sits right at the Oslo Fjord, and one of the best ways to take it all in is by walking along the waterfront. Here you'll find landmarks like the Oslo Opera House, where you can walk up the sloping roof for a great view over the city and the fjord. It's a wonderful place to experience for a day or two, and a great contrast to the raw nature that dominates most of Norway. Now we are heading deep into the fjords again, this time to the tiny village of Lysebotn, located at the very end of the Lysefjord. One of the most iconic ways to reach Lysebotn is via Lysevotn, a spectacular mountain road with 27 sharp hairpin turns, including one inside a tunnel. Surrounded by dramatic landscapes, Lysebotn is also the gateway to one of the most iconic hikes in Norway, Fjords. This is the famous rock that's stuck between two cliffs over 1,000 meters above the fjords. And yes, if you're brave enough, you can step out onto the rock with nothing but air beneath your feet. If you're looking for a stunning hike and one of the most iconic photo spots in Norway, Fjords and Lysebotn should definitely be on your list. We stay in the same fjord to visit one of the most famous viewpoints in all of Norway, Pulpit Rock, or Preikestolen as it is called in Norwegian. The massive cliff rises 604 meters straight above the Lysefjord, and the view from the top is absolutely insane. The hike to Pulpit Rock is fairly easy and takes about 4 to 5 hours round trip from the Preikestolen parking lot, located at Preikestolen base camp. While there are some uphill sessions, most people in decent shape can do it. The trail is well marked and gets super busy during the summer, but for good reason. The reward at the top is something you'll never forget. If you want to avoid the biggest crowds, it's a good idea to start the hike early in the morning. Standing on the edge of the cliff, looking out at the fjord is one of those moments that stays with you. Next up is one of the most iconic and challenging hikes in Norway, Trolltunga. This wild rock formation sticks straight out from a cliff, hovering 700 meters above Lake Lovatnet, and is one of the most famous photo spots in the country. The hike to Trolltunga is no joke. Depending on where you start, it can take anywhere from 7 to 12 hours round trip, covering up to 28 kilometers. It's long, demanding, and exposed. But if the weather is good and you are prepared, the reward at the end is absolutely unreal. Standing on the edge of the cliff, surrounded by fjords and mountains, is one of the most surreal views you'll ever see in Norway. If you're up for the tough but unforgettable hike, Trolltunga is a must. We're now moving far north to experience Lofoten, a place that almost feels too beautiful to be true. The stunning island group in northern Norway is known for its dramatic mountains, white sand beaches, colorful fishing villages, and crystal clear Arctic waters. Driving through Lofoten is an experience in itself. The roads wind between towering peaks and insane views, and around every corner there's another scene that makes you want to pull over and snap a photo. The villages of Reina, Henningsværk and Å are especially worth visiting. Full of charm, red fishermen cabins and postcard-worthy scenery. One of the best things about Lofoten is how far north it is. In summer you get hours of golden light and incredibly long sunsets where the sun just barely dips below the horizon. It gives everything this soft, magical glow, and during peak summer you can experience sunsets that last up to 3 hours. Lofoten is also a dream for outdoor lovers. You can go on the most incredible hikes, kayak, or even surf at the stunning beaches. And if you visit in winter, there's a good chance you'll catch the northern lights dancing across the sky. Remote, wild and unbeatably beautiful, Lofoten is one of those places you'll remember forever. Our next stop takes us even further north to one of Norway's most underrated destinations, Senja. Often described as Lofoten's quieter cousin, Senja is full of dramatic landscapes but with far fewer people. Just driving through Senja is a highlight in itself, with winding coastal roads that let you past some of the island's most stunning scenery, including viewpoints like Lysebotn and Trolltunga. Senja is also a paradise for hikers. Trails like Seila and Hesten offer some of the most breathtaking views in northern Norway, especially during the golden hours of summer when the sun barely dips below the horizon. It's wild, rugged and still feels off the beaten path. If you're looking for dramatic nature without the crowds you'll find elsewhere in Norway, Senja is a place you shouldn't miss. And last on the list is by far the wildest and most remote destination in Norway, Svalbard. Located far in the Arctic Ocean between mainland Norway and the North Pole, this frozen archipelago is unlike anywhere else in the world. Here you'll find polar bears, glaciers, reindeer and endless Arctic landscapes. Even the main town, Longyearbyen, feels unreal. A small town surrounded by snowy mountains where the sun doesn't rise at all in winter and never sets in summer. You can explore ice caves, take snowmobile trips across frozen valleys, go dog sledding or cruise past massive glaciers under the midnight sun. And if you visit during the dark winter month, you are in one of the best places in the world to see northern lights. With green and purple lights dancing across the sky is an amazing show. Svalbard is raw, untouched nature at its most extreme. If you're looking for a once-in-a-lifetime kind of destination, Svalbard is about as far off the map as you can go, and absolutely unforgettable. And that wraps up my top 10 places to visit in Norway. From epic hikes and dramatic fjords to remote Arctic adventures. If you're planning a trip here, I hope this video gave you some inspiration and ideas. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, subscribe and check out my other travel videos if you want more adventures like this. See you in the next one.